继续超科学突出第一章。我猜这个作品的第一章估计也是全剧情。漏的视角应该现在是在那个 Kiosk 这边吧？对，在 Kiosk 这边，还差一个这个 begin the search。So we need to see the Xena branch, the library, and Astia, right? Yeah. After that, we will see where things take us. It's overtake your theories using your feet, move, moment, right? Precisely. Those words were my father's creed. Perhaps they were once Oleg's too. Things can't end this way. I won't let them end this way. With Kyojang, I will run until, no, through our goal and everyone will smile. 就 move 了。哇 ，don't move 还行啊。Oleg's office, Astia, Jazz Bar, Xena Latua Branch, Latua World Library 啊，这没有提示的时候去看一下。Oleg's office, and we are back. Though I don't think there's anything to search here. This is a good place to come where you need to think. It's a calm, peaceful room. 啊，这就跟那个在日本的他们的总部是一样的，他们的事务所是一样的。找到灵感，给你 hint. If I have a think here, I feel like I will gain more of Mr. Oleg's wisdom. Yeah, you will be shouting Eureka in no time. Reason. First, I need to be clear on what it was Mr. Oleg wanted to tell me. At present, I can think of two approaches, searching for his murderer or chasing after Mr. Oleg's investigation. For the criminal, I should go to Xena and the library for the investigation. There is no point sitting around here. We should get moving. Talk to Muddy. Oleg's detective's wisdom has been passed down through generations now. Indeed, I can't let him down now, not here. I feel the same. I'm proud to be your assistant, Kyojang. Let's roll up our sleeves. 刚刚那什么地方？刚刚那是 Latua Street， 哪一个来 ？Astia Jazz Bar。哦，白天是这样的是吧 ？This place is so stylish and adult-like. Well, of course, it is a jazz bar. Kyojang, do you know a lot about jazz? Not at all. Not that I need to in order to buy information. For that, we will need to talk to the manager. I hear he can speak several languages, including Japanese. Let's give it a shot. How much is the information gonna cost? Buy information. First, let's see if he will sell us information. Yeah, good luck. Well, seems we came to the right place. It's not too surprising, but he even knew I'm Yuki's friend. Due to that, he waived the test first-time customers usually need to pass. Test. So did Oleg come here? Several times. Apparently that information was free as a first-time bonus. That's surprisingly business-like. I also found out how much we need to learn what Oleg was doing. I'm afraid to ask, but how much? Well, if we take your secret savings, about 25 times that. Secret savings. That's enough to buy a luxury foreign car. It's because he's selling information on one of his customers. I was considering asking Yuki, but this is just too much money. But we will never be able to prepare such a large amount of money alone. It's too early to give up. There must be something we can do. Consult with money. Look around. It's pretty quiet in here. I guess because it's midday during the week. Given its location too, I can't imagine it makes much money as a bar. I don't have the ear for it, but Yukiya says the music here is first class. Maybe once all this is over, we can come here and listen to some jazz. Consult with Mari. Hey Kyojang, this place, it buys information, right? What are you getting at? Well, couldn't we offer up some information of our own or something? I see, we could sell our own information. Yeah, if we find something good, it could replace our payment. Basically, we will do a mature information exchange. That's a good idea. 然后呢？啊，就没了是吧？那就一个来 Xena Latua Street， 因为现在我们还没有什么 information。It was pretty easy to get in here. 这里不是之前叫谁来的 Yuki 啊跟 Hitomi 聊天的地方。And we had so much trouble getting into Xena HQ last time. What's going on here? Yukiya put some strings for us. I'm currently acting as IXG Japan's legal advisor. With Amabishi, who are deeply since they are working with Amabishi, who are deeply involved with Zena. We are currently VIPs. When did you become a lawyer, Kyosha? I didn't. It's a cover for our investigation. There are traitors within Zena. We need to stop people finding out I'm a detective. My name has been falsified too. We shouldn't let everyone in this branch know my true name unless we trust them. Be careful not to accidentally say it, Mari. Got it. I will just call you Habi. Can you please not? Anyway, since we are in, let's have a look around and see what we find. Fortunately, there seems to be some Japanese stuff. Let's speak to them. Ask about the branch. Sorry to interrupt you. Would you mind if I ask a question? The lawyer from IXG Japan. What can I do for you? Do you know how long ago this Latour branch was built? Let's see. I believe it was 17 years ago. I see. Thank you very much. Why did you ask about when this place was built? It's important. It means that this branch was already here when the lab was built. Then there might be people here that know about it, and also there might be people here that knows of the lab's head, my father. My father was a respected researcher, and I'm his son. It might give us a chance to get ahead somewhere. Sorry to bother you. I'm looking for someone. I wonder if you could help. Of course. Who is it? I don't actually know their name. Do you know anyone who's been here since the branch was built? Of course, I can't tell them why I'm looking. I will make something up. You should try the lab chief. They are at the furthest desk. Great. Thank you very much for the help. So I know who's been here for a long time, but can I trust them? How are you going to test that? Well, I can't tell them everything, but we need to reduce the risk. I will think of something. Let's just give it a shot. Ask a question. I'm sorry to bother you. Could I have a moment? As long as we keep it short, who are you? I'm come here because I want to meet and speak to Litsu Kamiji. Ah? Did you say Litsu Kamiji? Wait a moment. She's still alive. The tension drains from me. That was exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm relieved to hear that. Please forgive me my rudeness. What's going on there? Here. First of all, Litsu is indeed alive. And I expect that there are people in this Zena branch in supporting her. I can't have what I'm doing becoming known to Litsu. So you used her name to try and test me. You have my most sincere apologies. Apologize. No, it's fine. I would do the same if I were you. I did hear that IXG Japan's legal advisor was coming here. That would be me. Though it's a cover-up to aid my research. Actually, I'm a detective. My name is Kyosuke Ayana. I present my prisoner's card and passport. Ayana. Would you happen to know of Gento Ayana? He was my father. I see, you are Gento's son. I'm sorry, I couldn't go to his funeral. I couldn't leave the country. No, that's an excuse. Perhaps I simply couldn't show my face. I'm sure my father doesn't mind, given the kind of man he was. Yes, I know Gento well. And I certainly haven't heard of anyone else with the surname Ayana. Very well, I trust you. I will cooperate to the best of my ability. Oh, 先 talk to Mario. Seems like the lab chief will cooperate with us. I wonder if the criminal in Oleg's case is here. We can't say for certain yet. At least we found someone trustworthy. We should try talking to him if you are in trouble. Talk. What kind of relationship did you have with my father? We didn't have much contact at work, but we were close personally. Back then, there weren't many Japanese people in Latour, you see. I never heard much of what happened in that lab, only a little. If so, please don't force yourself. I know the rough details already. I see, that's a huge help actually. It's not a pleasant topic. Discuss. Is something troubling you? Should we tell him about how we wanna buy information from Astea? We will need to be indirect, but let's try. You've been in a tour in a long time, so we thought you might know things. I see what you are getting at. Actually, on that note, I have an errand I'd like to use you for. An errand? 这是念 errand 吗？有点奇怪。Errand. A short journey undertaken in order to deliver or collect something. Errand. Okay. An errand, you say. The lab chief takes out a card and hands it over to me. What's this? I want you to go to the bank and take out my safety deposit box. Well, that's no problem, but what on earth for? I want you to sell what you find there to that information broker. As a reward, you can use the money you get for whatever you want. What kind of information is it? If Estelle will buy it. It's data that I gathered for personal research. It's not related to Xena, but so please don't worry. That's quite difficult, I mean, given your position. It's fine, sell it, I'm asking you to. What kind of research is it? It's about transplanting PSI activatory organs into androids. Androids? But what if the data is misused after it's sold? I'm afraid it's likely already being misused. There's evidence that the data has been stolen. If this research appears on the market, it may deter the thieves. Once the information is out there, people can take measures against abuse. So long as I'm with Xena, I can't make it public. It would harm their profits. This is my last resort. At the least, I hope it helps your investigation. 这段要理清楚。Are you sure though? I've been telling you to do this from the start, haven't I? Besides, this is also my way of atoning. Gento must have been burdened with so much, and I couldn't help him. I understand. The bank's in the urban district. It shouldn't take you much time. I'm grateful. Grateful? Aren't I just sending you on an errand? Yes, but even so, I still want to make it known. Why am I grateful? Even now, you haven't forgotten about my father. For always keeping him in your mind, I'm grateful. How could I forget him? He was no perfect man, and he made his fair share of mistakes. But still, Gento was an irreplaceable friend even now. Would you use some of the funds you get to leave an offering by his grave? I'm sure you know, but he had a sweet tooth, so something of that nature. Of course I will. And pass him a message for me, both my thanks and my apologize. 好，这就结束了。Talk to Marty. The chief's research data is in the bank in the urban district. We should go get it and take it to Estelle. Estelle. The Two World Library. 肯定是先去那个，先去 World Library 看一下。这应该不是。So this is a joint World Library. 这么大。Indeed, how splendid. I wish my school library was like this too. Even if the library was like this, would Molly actually use it? No. I doubt she'd even be able to fill a tenth of the shelves. You go to the public school, obviously there are limits. It's a good school, but I guess it's just no match for private schools. But the school fees are cheap, so it won't eat into your allowance. Is she planning to get married as a student, and then setting an allowance? I'd best not think about it too much. We are in the midst of an investigation. 说得对，但可以扯，但不能扯多了。If we show our passports, they will lend us a terminal, right? Right. They come with inbuilt translation software, so we can read them too. Though you can't take the terminals outside unless you are a Latour citizen. If there's something to investigate, we will have to do it here. Got it. Let's go and get those terminals. We showed them both our passports and got 2 terminals in return. I have the Latour model and you have the Mimimi model, Kyoja. You don't know, it's ambitious mascot character. It's a cute bunny rabbit with irony through pure eyes as its catchphrase. Now that she mentions it, I think I have heard of this mascot. In contrast to its cuteness, I think it has a rather sharp tongue. Sharp tongue! Amabishi helped build this place. That's why there's a Mimimi model. I see. So this annex is also part of Amabishi's redevelopment. I took the Mimimi one because I wanted to use it to develop our own mascot. I suppose I should be grateful that she's thinking about the office. But why did she give me the rabbit? Am I not light-hearted enough? 先扯扯淡. Look around. There are a lot of other people who've come here to read books too. Yeah, a lot of them have a guidebook in one hand as well. Guess a fair few people traveled quite a distance to get here. Oh, that's what's it. The more visitors, the better the town's steak. Steak? She's joking, right? She can't actually be serious, right? It means it will be in a better state, or steak. But I don't know about the taste. A library this great will make these towns take the best in the world. Please tell me she's joking, I'm begging you. Don't beg me. We are trying to look up the same thing Oleg did when he came here, right? Yes, exactly. I suppose just looking randomly isn't gonna get us anywhere, huh? Indeed, we need to keep our target in sight. It had been nice if we could access his viewing records. I wouldn't get your hopes up. Security will be tight in a place like this. Maybe we should come back after our investigation has progressed a little. Maybe so. I'm sure there's something we can do about this. Search book collection. Let's get searching. Where should we start? Let's see. Oh, an interview with Mimimi. Oh look, Mimimi's QA. The data's downloaded to the terminal. Let's start reading. Please introduce yourself. I'm Mimimi. I'm a vicious mascot. I'm everyone's favorite character. What's the meaning behind your name? I'm Mimimi because I'm all about me. You are rabbit, correct. Irony through pure eyes. That's not much of an answer, is it? Answering all these questions is getting boring. We have 1,000 questions planned for this QA, so we are just getting started. Who on earth planned this book? Isn't this just ironicable? What does ironicable mean? We've gotta keep this PG so I can say. What do you think of the recent government education plans? Irony through pure eyes. 等于没回答。Q 长 is there any point to reading this? No. Frankly speaking, no. I would just delete that book off here. Please do so. 8-year-old newspaper. A newspaper from 8 years ago, huh? The data is downloaded to the terminal. Let's start reading. A large-scale explosion has occurred at the Tua prisoner of war camp. The police say it was an accident, but the cause is unknown and the search is still ongoing. However, they say it's unlikely it was an attack from Elmgath. Could this be Li by any chance? Probably. It's stated at the time she destroyed the laboratory. The lab was built as a prisoner of war camp, and its true nature hidden. That's why the report turned out like this. So nobody knows what happened to Lisa and Skiko there. Yeah, I'm officially moved fast to stop it becoming public knowledge. But this isn't anything we didn't know already. We won't find more on the lab here. Right, then I will delete this newspaper off the terminal. Yeah, please do. 看一个删一个。Facts about PSI activity. Ooh, the facts about PSI activatory organs. The data is downloaded to the terminal. Let's start reading. There is rather a lot here. Which one should we read? 这么多。PSI psychokinesis organ. Let's read about the PSI psychokinesis organ. There are 3 kinds of special organs a psychic can have. One of those is the PSI psychokinesis organ. This organ does as the name suggests. It allows movements of external objects with PSI. 念动力. Typically, psychics with this organ have telekinesis, but it also grants teleportation. Can be used in various ways, and is very powerful, so caution is advised. So teleportation works through the PSI psychokinesis organ too. Which means that Lisa has this organ, right? I'm really not good at this. Can you at least remember that there are different kinds of PSI organs? I will try. PSI extrasensory organ. Extrasensory. One of those is the PSI extrasensory organ. As the name suggests, it grants humans extrasensory perception, allowing them to surpass the limits of normal human senses. Examples including clairvoyance and telepathy. The use of these may allow humans to get to a higher stage of existence. This must be the organ that allows Miss Maria to use psychometry. This is so complicated. This won't come up on a test, so don't force yourself, okay? I will try and remember. It's not like this is none of my business after all. Thank you, that's reassuring to hear. It's a unique organ. 还有第3个 unique organ. One of those is a PSI unique organ. The unique organ is exceedingly rare, making it difficult to study. It only 为什么它这里只用这2/3的界面？我不懂啊。这个 exceeding 完全可以拖到后面。搞了这么多这个杠串起来看得很难受的。It's difficult to study. It only allows for one kind of PSI, psychochronokinesis. Both ESP and the ability to move external objects are needed, so normal psychics cannot use this power. ESP 什么东西 ？ESP? No idea. However, recent studies have shown it is not an all-purpose organ. It only allows for the use of chronokinesis and no other PSI abilities. Many mysteries still remain, and there is a lot of research to be done. Chronokinesis is the ability you and people have, right? Yeah, though strictly speaking, mine is a function of my arm. Electrokinesis activates my chronokinesis, so I kinda have the ESP organ. Wow, so does that make you a double psychic, Kyoja? I suppose you could look at it that way. My artificial name projects goes to create a triple psychic originally, after all. 完了，没了。哦，这个就是情报了。然后突然去 bank 在哪儿 ？Latour Street。应该在这儿啊，果然。Talk to Muddy. The lab chief looked like he had a lot of complex emotions. He knew about the lab, but he couldn't stop it. It's a heavy burden to bear. But against people who'd hurt others for the sake of research, yes. If he'd made a mistake, he'd likely be no longer of this world. And plus, the Xena lab chief was a friend of my father. My father who needed a vast amount of money for his sick wife. I won't say he shouldn't have tried to stop him, but I know it was hard. He must have suffered so much with all those emotions inside of him. Yeah, it's so sad. Androids and stolen data. What of it? Having the data stolen is a pretty big deal, and on the top of that, if the androids are at the practical use stage, it's possible that they might have been mentioned in the stolen files. Or that does seem possible. However, the missing files were the C and K ones. If the files were about androids, they'd likely start with the NA. Guess this isn't then. Something doesn't feel right though. We are not at the conclusion yet. Let's keep pushing onwards. Go to the bank. That building over there is a bank the lab chief mentioned. Let's go. Inside the safety deposit box, we found a disk with the research data. So this disk holds all the lab chief's research. Moving PSI activatory organs into androids is no easy thing. I know we are making this public to stop it being abused, but it's risky. Astea screens its guests, so as a last resort, we could always flee there. In any case, I plan to respect the will of the owner of this data. Can they really make androids? They already have limits used as receptionists or in show business. But I haven't heard of any that you could call lifelike exactly. That's why I don't really expect the data we have to be all that useful. However, the data's already been stolen. That means it's possible someone's already secretly made a perfect android. And if that company was IXG with their military prowess. Prowess? 你确定不是 powerless? 有这个单词吗 ？prowess 啊，有这个单词。Prowess, skill or expertise in a particular activity or field. Prowess. This has gotten scary. Right now, we need to finish what we are doing. Let's go to Astea. Yeah, okay. Talk to Mari. 差不多了，这期差不多了。Androids are you interested in them? More curiously, like if they can do things that are impossible for us. More curious, like if they can do things that are impossible for us. But also, I'm anxious or more worried, I guess. I mean, androids can't disobey commands, right? If someone told them to do something bad, they'd have to do it. I'd really hope that we could all just be happy, but she might be a bit too worried about androids, but I can't say she's wrong. There's no good excuse for what the person who stole the data is going. 这个第三座翻译错误有点多啊，有点匆忙，而且这个人设有点诡异啊，尤其这个看起来像是大 boss 的两个女人，人设不行。This place is pretty different to what outside makes it seem like. The office exudes a grand atmosphere reflecting its owner's personality. It feels like the lead of a detective novel is gonna fly out of the pages. I hope I can get to the same place in life one day. My love of books hasn't changed to this day, nor does it seem likely to. 不扯淡嘛 Do you think Oleg was a playful man? Playful? Why would I think that? Well, if you look around the room, a lot of things seem out of place. Like the cute key ring, the small doors, and the stuff. So I was just wondering if maybe sometimes he was a bit like a child. No way, he was a great detective. Do you have any proof of this? Q-chan, that kind of prejudice will get in the way of your reasoning. God, I can't say anything because that is a solid argument. But Oleg was a great detective, not childish at all. Probably. ああ、なるほどね。那就是 Jazz Bar Astia， 这里应该能有新的东西了，但这期就差不多到这儿了，反正也25分钟，对吧 ？Buy information, talk to money， 先 talk to money 吧 ，talk to money 肯定不是关键的。What's up? Something on your mind? How much would it cost for them to promote you as the world's #1 detective? No matter how much that costs, it had to be too much. Fame is something I think should be built up gradually on your own. Yeah, I know you will definitely become the best even without this place. Does she seriously expect me to aim to be the world's best? No. Don't move 还行，我就感觉第3作跟前2作做的人不太一样，就画的这个角色，马里跟 Kyosuke 是第2作就有的，所以说这个动作啊什么的应该是直接引用过来的，像那什么 Litz 啊和那个伊欧里啊，那2个好像是这作才出来的角色，就感觉人设很怪异，跟其他几作。然后那个Hitomi好像跟第1作也有区别。Hitomi 的人设跟第1作也有点不一样，难道是第2作跟第3作是一帮制作人做的？然后第1作是另外人做的，还是说一二是一帮人做的，第3作是另外一个人做的？不清楚啊，这期就到这儿。